We go to El Paso, Texas for an arraignment. 20-year-old Eric Chavez has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. 2 months earlier, police say Chavez was in line at a big box store when he got into an altercation with another customer and his wife about using a self-checkout register. When Chavez shoved a bag of chips into the woman's face, her husband flipped him off. Then Chavez pulled out a knife and allegedly chased the man around the store before fleeing the scene. After accessing the store's security cameras, police identified Chavez, and the next day, he was arrested and charged. His bond was set at $25,000, and today Chavez appears from the county jail before Magistrate Humberto Acosta to discuss next steps in the case. He's represented by Public Defender Maya Quevedo. The prosecutor is Cristina Viesca Santos.
Your Honor, I have Chavez Eric.
Good morning, sir.
What's going on, dude?
I'm not a dude, I'm a judge. And
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Quevedo.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chavez, if you're released from jail, where would you live?
Over there on 4th.
Who do you live with at that address?
Just with my relatives, my uncle, my sister, dude.
Hey, sir, hold on 1 second. I'm not gonna have you disrespecting your attorney. She's not a dude. Okay? Stop it. All right, thank you, Ms. Quevedo. Go ahead.
Mr. Chavez, how long in all of your life have you lived in El Paso?
Just for like 8-9 months, dude. I've been living out here just.
She's not a dude, sir. Stop it.
What was the highest grade of school that you finished?
Just 9th grade.
Okay, and where did you do that?
Just in school. Well, I don't know the name of the school, dude, because I dropped out.
Okay. Do you work?
I don't have a 9 to 5, dude.
Do you know whether your family has any money that they can pay towards your bail amount?
I don't think so, dude. None of them got money on them like that, dude.
All right. It appears Magistrate Acosta may have reached maximum dude capacity.
Enough of the dude stuff, sir. I am tired of it. Ms. Quevedo is a ma'am. She deserves respect. Okay? Ms. Quevedo, proceed.
Thank you, Judge. That's all. We're respectfully requesting a bond reduction or any relief the court might find fitting.
Chavez begins walking away from the camera.
Sir, we're not done yet, okay?
Despite his frustration, the magistrate seems willing to give Chavez a break.
I'm gonna go ahead and reduce it, all right? So you've got a $25,000 bond. It will be reduced to $10,000.
All right.
All right, you may be excused, sir.
Sir, do you know when I get bond or when I get released?
If you can make $10,000, you can be released, sir.
10,000. All right.
I'm sorry, Ms. Quevedo.
Thank you, Judge.
Chavez remains in custody on a reduced bond of $10,000. He's yet to enter a plea, and his case is pending.
I'm gonna hold you in contempt, okay? And we're gonna give you some jail time, okay?
What a clown.
We're in Detroit, Michigan for an arraignment. 27-year-old Joshua Gubin has been cited for driving without insurance, registration, or valid license plates. A year earlier, Gubin was pulled over for the infractions, given a $90 ticket, and ordered to report to court. And today, he appears before Judge Sean Perkins to enter his plea. Gubin's represented by attorney Elwood Berry.
Do you have documentation for this vehicle, Mr. Gubin?
Yes, I do.
Where are they?
Here's the registration.
Hold it up, let's see what you have. That's expired. I have an insurance policy here. The only thing about this is I don't see a valid date.
Oh, God. You cannot be serious.
I'm serious.
I'm surprised I'm not getting the same courtesy as the others. This is blowing.
I'm giving you the same. I'm giving you the same.
What's
Please, don't say anything, Mr. Barrett. I don't see a proper date on this insurance policy that you sent me.
So you're asking to see if what? A valid what?
I'm asking to see the date on the insurance policy. You gave me an insurance policy. I have that, but it has no date on it.
All I showed was proof that the truck was insured, registered.
All right, I'm not gonna deal with it. All right, let's set a trial date.
I'm trying to get this dismissed. This is literally holding me back right now.
You get it dismissed on the day of trial.
Nice. Thanks for no, I see clear hey, why I'm not getting the same courtesy. Your name is Sean Perkins.
Last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I don't need to hear the blabby blab. Just stop talking to me. I showed all my proof. I showed all the proof. I showed the proof, Mr. Sean Perkins.
At this point, Judge Perkins seems to have had enough.
Have a good day, Mr.
Mr. Uneducated Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Gubin. You keep on talking.
How are you even a judge?
I'm gonna hold you in contempt. And we're gonna give you some jail time, okay?
What a clown.
You done?
Anything else?
Are you
Anything
done?
else, pal?
I'm gonna hold him in contempt. I'm gonna give him 30 days Wayne County Jail, all right? Do you have an accident?
I showed him every single proof of documentation that I needed to, and he refused to dismiss my stuff.
Have a great day. We're not talking anymore, all right? We're done talking.
Yeah, that's what I
30
thought.
days Wayne County Jail.
Gubin served the 30 days in jail for contempt, and 2 months later was found guilty of not having a valid registration. He paid $108 in fines and court costs, and the insurance and license plate charges were dismissed. The case is now closed.
I've worked in several courts, and sometimes they verify the time frame.
You can overtalk me if you want to, but I got
I'm not trying to.
And always will have.
We go to Jonesboro, Georgia for an arraignment. 49-year-old Zakia Merid has been charged with disorderly conduct and making terroristic threats. 4 years earlier, police say Merid, who now lives in Minnesota, was at the airport when she missed her flight. She then got into an altercation with an airline employee and allegedly threatened them. Police were called, and Merid was arrested. Today, she's set to appear remotely before Judge Tammy Hayward to discuss next steps in the case. Merid is represented by defense attorney MJ Tortorello. The prosecutor is Assistant Solicitor General Stephanie Bing.
Zakia Merid. All right, I don't see Merid on the screen. Bench warrant, bond forfeiture.
When Merid fails to appear, the judge revokes her bond and issues a bench warrant for her arrest. But later, after the court has heard other cases, the prosecution has an update on the defendant.
Your Honor, I believe that Miss Merid has appeared on the Zoom. She's now here.
Yes. Hi. My thing said 11 o'clock. It's 11:06. So I logged in at 10:59.
No, I'll call the calendar then.
No, I
don't understand what you're saying, ma'am.
It's
you were late. That's what I'm saying.
How am I late when it started at 11 and I logged in at 10:59? I'm here in Minnesota. I'm on Central Standard Time.
Well, I'm on Eastern Standard Time.
I didn't know that. Y'all don't say that. In this notice, it says 11 a.m. So when someone sends me something that says 11 a.m., I'm taking it to be 11 a.m.
Hold on, Ms. Tortorello. Where is it located? Where'd it come from? Where's the courthouse? Look on the paperwork. I don't know, ma'am. Look on the paperwork. Look on the paperwork. Y'all gonna stop playing dumb with me. Look on the paperwork. What does it say?
It says court arrangement 11 a.m. 11/13/2025.
What courthouse? You know the courthouse is in Georgia. Eastern Standard Time.
I would have never assumed that, ma'am. It wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
No, I'm not asking you to assume anything. I'm asking you to use your brain. If you're in Minnesota, but you got the ticket in Georgia, and the court is in Georgia, then Eastern Standard Time is what we're dealing with.
Okay, well, thank you for the lesson. I wouldn't have never known.
Well, that's sad.
I don't think so, ma'am. It would have said
that's elementary, ma'am.
I've worked in several courts, and sometimes they verify the time frame.
You can overtalk me if you want to, but I got
I'm not trying to.
And always will have.
Okay, Your Honor, I would need a conference with her.
I'm sure you will.
After Merid meets with her attorney, things seem to settle down.
Your Honor, for Miss Zakia Merid, she's pleading not guilty and we're waiting for more arraignment.
Miss Merid, you are entering a plea of not guilty. Please keep in touch with your attorney. All of our cases are Eastern Standard Time, Miss Merid.
I apologize, ma'am. I apologize. I was not
They're
trying
at
to be
the
disrespectful.
time where you was located when the thing happened.
When you said it, I appreciated you clarifying. I'm like, oh, that does me.
Why is she telling me she was here? I was like, I'm looking at the screen. I know she wasn't here.
I really would have come at 10 o'clock if I had any idea that it was your time versus my time. I'm sorry.
I got you.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
You don't have a bench warrant. I erased it, so you're good. All right, so keep in touch with your attorney.
So Miss Chiara Tortellini, I'm sorry, what is her name? Tortelli? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, honestly.
It's Tortorello.
The judge vacated the bench warrant, and Merid remains free on bond. She's entered a not guilty plea, and her case is pending. Next, we're in Centerville, Michigan for an arraignment. 36-year-old Justin Aikin has been charged with driving with a suspended license and driving without insurance. He appears today before Judge Jeffrey Middleton.
I don't know whether there's any sort of plea offer at this point. Probably isn't. What was your advice, Ms. Jackson?
I advised him that he should plead not guilty, ask for a pretrial, and pay off what is suspending him, which is basically a couple of tickets.
That's not bad advice. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, there's case laws here that states that the use of an automobile is necessary joint to the earnings of a livelihood is modern life, and then the right to operate a automobile upon the public streets and highways is not a mere privilege. It is a right of a liberty, the enjoyment of which is protected by the guarantees of the federal and state constitutions.
Aikin seems to be playing the sovereign citizen card, believing that certain laws don't apply to him.
And a traveler has an equal right to employ an automobile as a means of transportation and to occupy the public's highways.
So does that mean you want to plead not guilty to this stuff?
Yes.
But you are woefully misinformed. Well, everything you just said has no meaning to whether or not you need a valid driver's license or insurance in the state of Michigan. I don't know who's teaching you this, whether you learned it yourself off the internet or you've got a mentor that is taking you down this rabbit hole. But everything you just said has an empty thimble's full worth of effect on anything. You seem like a nice young man. So I'm going to show you a plea not guilty.
It states right here, under U.S. Supreme Court decision, that common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land, that codes, rules, regulations, policy, and statutes are not the law.
I'm not sure where you get this stuff. If that were true, you wouldn't need me, you wouldn't need police, you'd have anarchy and people rioting in the streets. You're entitled to be misinformed, and you're entitled to believe what you want. The bottom line is you need to have a valid driver's license, you need to have insurance. When you were young, you took driver's ed, you did all the steps you needed to do to get a valid license?
Correct, I did then. That was before I actually started researching into law, actual common law of the United States of America, which is common law, God's law. Legal is undoing of God's law, illegally. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I know you don't know it. It's just there's a whole bunch of fraud.
Well, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck. I've been here for 42 years, and people have been making these harebrained arguments for years, and they don't carry any weight. And I'm sorry that you have gone down this path, but it isn't going to be beneficial. We'll see where this goes.
Aikin has pled not guilty, and his case is pending.
All right, good luck, sir. We'll probably talk further.
Next, we head to an arraignment in Novi, Michigan. 40-year-old Barakat Shami has been charged with disorderly conduct, resisting police, and interfering with a peace officer, all misdemeanors. A day earlier, Shami was at a farmer's market when he caused a disturbance by repeatedly spitting at vendors. When he refused to leave, the market staff called police, and Shami was arrested. When he was brought to the station, Shami would not cooperate with officers, refusing to be fingerprinted. Today, he appears remotely from his jail cell before Magistrate Cody Elwinger. He's refused any legal representation. Also present is Detective Jamie Hill, who warns the judge he's got his work cut out for him.
You're probably going to have a difficult time discussing or talking to him in our jail. He has been very difficult.
Sounds fun. All right. Mr. Shami, come up to the window.
Good morning, Judge.
Stand up. Stand up and come to the window, please.
Good morning, Judge. How you doing?
I'll be better if you come up to the window, please.
I can hear you clearly. You can't hear me?
I can barely hear you. We'll try.
Okay, let's give it a try. I'm not accepting this call. I'm not accepting this arraignment, just to let you know, Judge. I'm not accepting some all this, whatever's gonna happen. I'm not agreeing to it. And I'm doing it nicely. And I'm not accepting
Mr. Shami.
Why? This officer's rude. He didn't tell me good morning. He didn't introduce himself to you. Officer, tell the judge the badge number.
Hey, Mr. Shami, stop talking.
Now that he has Shami's attention, Magistrate Elwinger can begin the hearing.
Mr. Shami, you have been charged with 3 separate misdemeanor counts. Do you understand that?
I don't understand the fact that I'm getting charged with any charges and I'm not accepting of anything, but at the same time, I understood what the words of the amount was said.
Well, I'm going to explain it to you.
The magistrate goes through each count in detail, explaining that if he's found guilty, Shami could be sentenced to 270 days in jail.
Do you understand the charges that I just read to you?
Respect to you, Judge. I'm not in acceptance of any of charges. They did not.
I'm not asking, Mr. Shami, I'm not asking you to accept the charges. I'm asking if you understand what just came out of my mouth.
Okay, Mr. Judge, what's your name? What's your name?
Okay, you know what? You don't get to ask questions. This isn't a two-way conversation. I ask the question, you answer it. You understand? This show that you're doing right now is ridiculous.
I'm not doing it.
You'll have your day in court. Hey, stop talking. You will have your day in court. You can plead your case down. Okay.
The judge takes a breath and attempts to get through to Shami one last time.
So, do you understand the charges that I read to you? That's all I'm asking you. It's a simple question.
Sure, I'm gonna answer you simply. Just let me finish to the end, or you can cut me off and be rude. It's up to you, Judge.
Okay. Well, since you said you understand them, that's fine. So,
I did not say
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter a plea. I'm gonna enter a plea of mute. Mr. Shami, stop talking. Stop talking.
I'm more important than you. Just right now, you're more important than me.
Mr. Shami, stop talking. All right, you know what? I'm gonna enter a plea of mute on behalf of Mr. Shami. Based on this is the most irrational behavior I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna issue bond in the amount of $25,000 cash or surety. Mr. Shami, I wish you the absolute best of luck. You're all done.
I appreciate you. All and enjoy the rest of your morning.
Eventually, Shami pled no contest to interfering with a peace officer and was sentenced to time served.
That was a real peach.